Could the Chicago Bulls trade Zach Lavine for Ben Simmons? Hey guys, this is Ross in a voiceover. I figured you didn't want to listen to me laughing, but since I have your attention, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you love the Chicago Bulls, the NBA, and basketball in general. I'm making videos every day. Let's get back to the video. I'm Ross, and this is Artura's fan club. No. No. Just no. Like, no, they wouldn't do that. I don't know. I shouldn't give this any attention, man. We shouldn't give these people attention. But it's a slow news day. There's not a lot to talk about, so we'll talk about it. There's a guy on Twitter. I'm gonna laugh a lot during this video. There's a guy on Twitter named Legend of Winning, and he's got a lot of followers, and he makes YouTube videos, and I think he streams. I'm not super familiar with his work. I just see his tweets every now and then. He was one of the people that gave the Bulls like an F- for drafting Patrick Williams, which we could make a whole nother video about that. But today there's chatter about we're really gonna do this? Zach Lavine for Ben Simmons swap. Here, I'll just show you. So here's the tweet. After more thought, the best player I can see Ben Simmons being traded for, and it actually makes sense for all parties, is Zach Lavine. If Chicago can't make any moves to make the Bulls better, I could see Lavine requesting a trade and swapping Lavine and Simmons can benefit both teams. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. The best player I can see Ben Simmons being traded for. If Zach Lavine were somehow available in trade talks, yes, Zach would be the best player a lot of teams could trade for. Zach Lavine is a very good NBA player. Make that very clear. Zach Lavine is a more valuable player to his team than Ben Simmons is. Is that clear? Do we understand that? Is that something we can all be on the same page about? I understand Ben Simmons is a much better defender than Zach Lavine. That is it. That's the end of the list. Okay, you can say he's a better playmaker too, sure. I think Zach's playmaking is a bit underrated, actually. Zach Lavine is a better player than Ben Simmons. So for most teams, the best player they could trade for would be Zach Lavine. So that is an accurate statement, but certainly misleading to the context. And it actually makes sense for all parties. Does it? Does it make sense that the Chicago Bulls would trade Zach Lavine for Ben Simmons? Mind you, I still think Ben Simmons is a good NBA player and has plenty of value left. I understand that he had a really tough playoff run, but he is still a good player. He is still a positive team player. Let's not make mistakes about that. I am not a Ben Simmons hater by any means, and I'm not here to shit on the guy. I think he is dealing with some stuff right now that he can overcome. Some mental blocks that he can overcome, because his game is good. His issues are mental, okay? So I still like Ben Simmons. It makes zero sense. I can't believe we're doing this. It makes zero sense that the Chicago Bulls would give up Zach Lavine in most scenarios. The Bulls just traded for Nikola Vucevic. They traded away multiple first-round picks. Well, they traded away a first-round pick for Nikola Vucevic, Troy Brown Jr., Daniel Tice, who they want to re-sign, Javonte Green, who might come back. The Bulls made moves to build around Zach Lavine. Make no mistake about it, if they wanted to trade Zach Lavine, that would have happened at the trade deadline. That would have happened already. His value was at an all-time high. That was the time to do it. Now, things can change this upcoming season, as things always do in the NBA. I'm not saying that Zach Lavine won't be traded by the Bulls 100%. The door is always open to that possibility if the team struggles in the first half of the season and by the trade deadline does not look like a contender. That is a scenario where, yes, Zach Lavine is on an expiring contract, potentially has not negotiated a contract extension with the Bulls, yes, in that scenario, it would make more sense actually for the Bulls to trade him and try to get something from him before he walks in free agency. Right now, today, July 3rd, 2021. This does not make sense for all parties, Mr. Legend of Winning. Okay? This doesn't make sense for the Bulls right now. If the Bulls wanted to be a playoff contender, they would try to trade for Ben Simmons with other assets to pair him with Zach Lavine. That makes more sense, to pair Ben Simmons and Zach Lavine together. A dynamic scorer at all levels, a good passer, and great defensive player. Those would mix. That would be a match. Okay? You trade Ben Simmons for Zach Lavine, it's Ben Simmons and Nikola Vucevic on the Bulls. Which, yeah, spacing is still good for Vooch. You're doing the same shit with Joel Embiid already. Embiid's better than Vucevic. That doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't move the needle very much. It would bring us back, in fact. And I'm curious, let me look this up. I'm gonna pull up the trade machine, because the trade machine will tell you projected win-loss outcomes. And you know, it's not always right, but well, let's take a look. But here, Zach Lavine, Ben Simmons, the money's not gonna match. The Bulls need to cut $6 million. So we'll give you Aminu. Let's see. Okay, that's successful. The Bulls decrease by 4 wins. And it's not Al-Farouq Aminu that's decreasing those wins, okay? This trade does not make sense for both teams. It's not that I really need to show you the evidence. Just watch basketball. Just watch basketball in general. Just understand the game of basketball and see what Zach Lavine does, and you will understand, oh yeah, no, he's a better player than Ben Simmons. He provides more value to a team than Ben Simmons. If Chicago can't make any moves to make the Bulls better, so they already did that. Already traded for Nikola Vucevic. And you're going to say, oh, well, they got worse after the trade deadline. Right. Zach Lavine missed a month and a half with COVID during the most important stretch of the season. Kobe White and Lauri Markkanen were utterly disappointing, but Kobe White started to come on towards the end of the season. They didn't have any time to practice together. Road back-to-backs, little time between games. We don't have to... The Bulls already did it. The Bulls already made the moves to get better. The players they acquired, Daniel Tice, Troy Brown Jr., Nikola Vucevic, those guys were not the reasons the Bulls were losing. Okay? Getting fired up over here. Let's see. I can see Lavine requesting a trade. That's just conjecture and totally subjective. I have no idea if he's going to request a trade. I doubt it. He's said plenty of times in interviews that he loves Chicago and wants to negotiate a long-term extension. The new direction of the front office is hopefully appealing. Trading for an all-star is hopefully appealing. The idea this offseason is to get Lonzo Ball, who Zach is good friends with, and hopefully lock them up both for the long term. So this is just conjecture. He does say, I can see. He's not saying that, you know, there's a report out there. He's not saying that there's rumors. Just a personal opinion that you could see Zach Lavine requesting a trade. I personally don't. I have a bias. I'm a Bulls fan, but we could both play that game. I don't see Zach Lavine requesting a trade. And then Lavine and Simmons swap can benefit both teams. Yeah, no, we've already established that it won't. So that's it. That's the end of the video. No, the answer is no. This is stupid. Stop talking about this. Can you guys stop, please? Stop with the Ben Simmons trade proposals, and especially stop with Zach Lavine and them. If you want to do like a Kobe White, Lauri Markkanen thing for Ben Simmons, okay. I mean, I don't want to trade Kobe White necessarily, for Ben Simmons at least. But you could... That's more reasonable than whatever the hell this is. Okay? Stop. Get some help. Because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of logging on Twitter and seeing people argue about Zach Lavine, Ben Simmons trade proposals. It's not happening. It's not realistic. Arturas Karnisovas is not trading Zach Lavine for Ben Simmons after making all of these moves specifically to build a team around Zach Lavine. I think we're done with this. The last time I want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about Ben Simmons unless he actually gets traded to the Bulls. Don't want to talk about Zach Lavine and Ben Simmons getting traded for each other. It's not going to happen. Made me a little mad, honestly. I'm tired of looking at this shit. Stop doing this. It's totally unreasonable. Watch basketball. I'm serious. Go watch a full Bulls game in which Zach Lavine is playing. Just watch it. I watched every game this season. Watch basketball, okay? And then come back and you can talk about trade proposals. Because if you don't watch basketball, you have no idea what you're talking about. This does not help both teams. I'm sure Legend of Winning is a person who watches basketball. I am sure that they have spent time scouting players and they know about Zach Lavine and Ben Simmons and all that stuff. I understand that. I didn't watch every Sixers game this season. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on that team. I know Zach Lavine would help them. I don't have to be an expert to know that. Zach Lavine would help every team because Zach Lavine is a very good player. So yes, a swap of Lavine and Simmons would benefit the Philadelphia 76ers. It would not benefit the Chicago Bulls. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop lying to people. You put out these awful takes on Twitter. There's so many fans who don't watch these teams. Like, there are so many fans that don't watch the Bulls. I understand the Bulls have not been good. They have not been enjoyable to watch. I know that better than most people. Bulls fans, you guys know that better than most people. Okay? It's understandable. It's understandable that Lakers fans haven't watched the Bulls lately. It's understandable that Sixers fans haven't watched the Bulls lately. Stop saying stupid things. And I'm saying this out of a place of genuine concern for you, because this is bad for everyone. Spreading this horrible misinformation makes casual fans think that this is true, that the Bulls don't like Zach Lavine, they don't value him very highly, or Zach Lavine wants to leave Chicago. That narrative needs to stop, because he's never said that. He's never expressed feelings like that. Zach Lavine is one of the stars, the last remaining stars in the NBA, who has been loyal to his team, has not expressed desires to leave amid plenty of reasons to do so under Garpax and Jim Boylan. He has just shut up and tried to make his game better every offseason. He wants to win. The front office wants to win. They're committed to winning. This is a totally different team than the Garpax years from years before. That's what I'm saying. The casual fans might not know that. I'm Artura's fan club. I know about this stuff. Okay? Bulls fans know about this stuff. This is our livelihood. We spend all day looking and talking about this stuff. So don't spread this kind of bullshit to casual fans who aren't as aware of what's going on within our situation. Okay? If you want to pretend to be an expert in basketball, be an expert in basketball. Don't just say things. Don't just say and I post memes on Twitter. They're memes, okay? People know I'm joking. At least I hope most people know I'm joking. At the very least, stop spreading misinformation. I guess that's my whole point here. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect. But watch the damn game. Watch basketball. Watch Zach Lavine before you make a dumb tweet about him. I know you're not going to, but just my 2 cents of the whole situation. This video was longer than I expected it to be. But thank you for watching if you made it this far. I appreciate your support because I'm kind of ranting. I'm at Artura's fan club on all platforms. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It helps me a lot and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support lately, and we will talk soon. Hopefully not about this ever again. I want to leave this conversation in this video and never readdress it. So, goodbye.